Harlow's not coming back. You may as well sit down.
You saw the look on her face when she left. How am I supposed to claw my way back from that?
Well, you can start by not blaming everybody else.
I'm not blaming everyone else. I'm blaming Aaron.
Aaron did the right thing, and you know it. I mean, you could have been upfront with those goods, but as usual, your instinct was to cover it up.
Yeah, because if Harlow thought that I was involved in any of this, it would have made me look even guiltier.
And how do you think it looks to her now?
Oh, come on, Terese. My family's been against me before. It'll pass.
I don't think it's going to be quite that straightforward this time. I mean, Harlow's only just gotten over the fact that you lied to her about Mannix.
Which is why I didn't want to run the risk of making things worse.
And yet here we are.
I've got to go to the police station. You coming?
No. You can deal with this yourself.
It's just typical, really. I mean, having a go at me because I went and did the right thing.
Well, he put it all on you because he's backed himself into a corner. That's what he does.
That's what who does?
Claims he's all about family, but he's got no problem using them to cover up his dirty deals.
Paul.
What's he done now?
The guy that robbed the Kennedys? Well, turns out it was Jane Harris's catfish.
Jane Harris's what now?
Dad tracked him down and loaned him the money to pay back Jane. This guy then did the break-ins to pay back Dad.
Yeah, except he got caught and decided to offload a stack of stolen goods. Had them delivered to the shed.
Far out.
Yeah. I've spent the whole morning dealing with the police, and thanks to that, I've missed our first home visit with the foster care agency.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
Hold up, what's this about foster care?
It was Mark's idea. We emailed them and they got straight back to us. I spent the whole visit trying to explain where my husband was.
Yeah. We might have blown it before we even started.
I doubt it. I mean, you weren't being officially assessed, were you?
It's not a great first impression, though.
Well, then you'll just have to make a brilliant second impression. Foster care is an awesome idea for you two. Don't give up on that.
Okay, so the hearing.
Right, so the prosecutor and I will make our opening statements to the judge and then he'll deliberate over the evidence supplied by the police and the character references that we've collected.
And you think it'll be enough? They're only from friends and family, no one impartial.
Well, the prosecution is satisfied that your actions weren't malicious. That's why they're happy to go with a non-custodial sentence. And our character references just back that up for the judge.
Do you think they're okay?
Well, most of them are written after the charges were changed, apart from Chloe's, so I need to speak to her about that. Otherwise, they're perfect.
Okay, so this is it. If the judge decides he doesn't like what he sees or hears, by this time tomorrow, I could be in prison.
Ellie, I don't like to make promises, but I am extremely confident that that won't be the case.
So how can you be so sure?
Because nobody wants to see you go to jail on either side. I've never seen a prison sentence under these circumstances, ever.
It sounds like you picked the right man for the job.
Oh, no, it's got nothing to do with me. I just wish all cases were this easy.
That didn't take long.
Yeah, well, I told Detective Mangle everything. The whole truth about Mannix from go to work.
And?
And they are confiscating the money that he's paid to me so far as proceeds of crime.
No, I don't care about the money, Paul.
Like I said, I didn't actually break the law, so all she could do was give me a warning about withholding information.
What? And that's it?
Don't look so disappointed. Everything's out in the open. I'm in the clear, so we can all move on now.
Do you have any idea how lucky you are?
You know, it was Aaron's Boy Scout routine that started this whole mess in the first place. You know, he's damn lucky that things didn't turn out a lot worse for everyone.
No, this mess only started because you insisted on reimbursing Jane.
Mannix Foster took her for everything she had because of me. Of course I'm going to reimburse her.
No, Jane never asked for your help.
No, because she's too nice, you know that.
Oh, and what about your family, Paul? They didn't ask to be involved.
Yes, and there will be some apologies to be made, which I will do. And everything will be fine.
Yeah, well, don't count on it. Because this whole do what you want because your family will forgive you approach is flawed.
It's worked for me in the past.
Oh.
Don't see why it won't work again.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, I need to ask you a massive favour.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is as long as I get cuddle time with this one.
Yeah, that's actually the favour. Claudia was meant to mind her while we went over the case, but she had to leave unexpectedly, so...
Yeah, we can babysit, no problem.
Yeah?
I also need to talk to you about your statement for Ellie.
Is something wrong with it?
Kind of. I mean, it's all good stuff, except what you've written defends Ellie's innocence.
Because she is innocent.
We all know that. But Ellie's changed her plea, so we need it to sound as if you are accepting that she's guilty.
Right, okay.
Are you okay with that? I know what you think I'm doing is wrong.
No, that's fine. If that's the legal lowdown, I will toe whatever line I have to.
Thank you.
We won't be long.
Take your time.
I was more convinced that Ellie would go to jail when she was pleading innocent.
Look, a guilty plea for voluntary manslaughter is not a good look for a single mother.
If she doesn't go to jail, then we don't have grounds for a custody hearing.
That's not entirely true.
It would certainly make it difficult to achieve.
Yeah, it's not ideal. Look, let's just focus on the plans we have in motion at the moment, okay? How are things in the Kennedy household?
Well, I think that bartender might be right. There's some tension between Susan and Karl.
Do you get the sense it's serious?
Well, I think they're putting on a brave front. But I've seen some private moments and no, it's not good.
How about the woman at the school stirring up all the parents?
Yeah, that was a great idea, thank you. Put some pressure on Susan. She's not calling Karl in to help.
Good. Well, that's where we keep chipping away. Look, if we can just get Ellie's family out of the picture, it gives you a better shot.
Again, only if she goes to jail. Now, Toadie's convinced that those testimonials will win over the judge.
It's hard to say without seeing them, though.
I can't do maybes. Maybe won't protect Asta. And that's all I want.
Glad to hear you're okay. Right. I'll talk to you soon. Yeah, bye. Well, Harlow's feeling better. Hendrix is making her watch some zombie movie she's not loving.
Ha! Channeling her hate elsewhere. That's smart.
I think I jumped the gun advising her to accept Dad for who he is. I'm definitely rethinking it.
Hope you're not talking about me. Look, you can lower your weapons or come in peace. Straight from the police station, actually.
Now, what version of the story did you give them?
The truth, actually. And they now know everything, so they let me off with a warning, which means we're in the clear.
Well, great. That's good for you, Paul.
No, it's good for all of us. Hey, anyway, I know that I have some apologies to make. Guys, I'm really sorry that I messed up your chances for your foster care appointment. Although, I still think if I had been told about it, I would have. Yeah, well, anyway, that's not important, is it? The good news is, I phoned the agency and I managed to talk to the woman who was here.
You what?
Yeah, Leela Potts, she's lovely. Anyway, I managed to pull a few strings and I talked her into giving you another appointment at their office tomorrow.
Excuse me?
Yeah. I organised you a second chance.
You're sticking your nose in even more.
I'm trying to help.
We don't want your help. We don't need it.
Oh, David, I realised I messed up.
Messed
but that's
up? You dragged my husband into something that could put everything we've ever wanted at risk.
Exactly, which is why I'm asking you, how can I fix this?
Well, you can start by minding your own business and leaving us alone.
Whose is that one?
Xanthi's. I'm amazed she can even think of a reference at a time like this.
Hello. Work crisis averted. Is Asta down for a nap?
Yeah, she's with Pierce and Chloe.
Oh, you've been crying. Has something happened?
No, just reading the references.
Not what you hoped for.
The opposite, actually. They're really beautiful.
May I?
Yeah, sure.
The fact that I am even doing a medical degree is all due to Ellie. Lovely. Terese Willis, General Manager of Lassiter's. Ellie is one of the most empathetic...
Everyone has been really kind.
Well, it all sounds very positive.
Well, we've still got a bit to get through.
Well, I'll leave you to it.
Hey, at least he was smart enough not to hang around.
Dad's always been smart when it comes to self-preservation. Did he send you over?
No, he didn't. But I heard what happened. You okay?
Oh, we'll be fine.
I am so sorry about what he did. To you and to Harlow.
He keeps doing it, though, Terese. And then he thinks if he could just throw money at it or he can pull some strings, then everything will be fine.
Yeah, right, until the next time.
Yeah, and he's wrong. I mean, what he does is unacceptable, and I'm tearing my hair out trying to get through to him.
But did he tell you about the meeting he set up?
Yeah, at the foster care agency.
He didn't even think to run it past us. Or the fact that it clashes with Ellie's hearing.
And we can't accept it because then it'll make him think that everything's fine.
Well, believe me, I'm sure he won't get that impression.
We're actually thinking of dropping the whole foster carer thing.
Oh, no, not because of Paul.
We'll be looking after kids in crisis. We won't have time to deal with the drama he brings in.
Yeah, all the danger.
Look, you both have wanted a family in whatever form it comes since before you were married. And the fact that you've chosen foster care is perfect. There are so many kids out there that need people like the two of you. You know, it would be a real shame if you decided not to do it. Look, I know it's a difficult decision, and it's yours. But please, please don't make it about Paul.
She's lapping you up.
Yeah. Oh, makes me think about what I miss with Hendrix and Alana at this age.
You're getting a second chance with Hendrix now, and you're doing really well.
Hey, look, I know we put it on the back burner after he mentioned it, but I'd like to buy the house from Mark.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, moving onto this street, you know, was to give Hendrix stability, and living here, it just feels right. Feels like family.
It does. It's not too suburban.
Well, apparently, suburban is exactly what we need. So what do you think?
I think we're buying a house.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mwah. How's your statement going?
It's not. I can't get my head around why Ellie would plead guilty if she's innocent. How can she be okay with that?
Well, you know, it's hard to put yourself in her position.
Something's not sitting right. Like, maybe Ellie's lying about what happened. Could she actually be guilty? Ellie. Hi. Ellie, wait. Ellie, wait. I'm so sorry. I know how that sounded.
What, awful? Like something you wouldn't hear from a friend?
I'm trying to get my head around what you're actually doing.
I thought you knew me well enough to trust that if I did something like that, I would tell you.
And I wouldn't blame you. After the things Finn did and the sort of losing the baby.
I didn't do it, Chloe, and I know how it looks.
But then if you plead guilty, you're stuck with it for life.
Don't you think I know that? I have agonised over making this choice.
Then how is it not killing you that the people you love are putting it in writing?
You have no idea what I feel right now. Because it's not happening to you, it's happening to me. Keep your statement, I don't want it.
Ellie.
Samantha?
You're not my only client, Claudia. What's so urgent you couldn't tell me over the phone?
I have just read Ellie's character references.
So?
They're good. They're convincing. It appears she's loved and admired by most people.
It still doesn't outweigh the fact that she murdered your son.
Yes, but she's not standing trial for murder. I mean, with those testimonials, she won't be going to jail. Look, I'm not interested in chipping away at the family. I need Ellie in jail so that I can get custody of Asta.
Look, there is something I heard that you might be able to use. But I have to warn you, it's risky.
I don't care about the risk. Will it get me what I want?
If you can make it work, yes.
What do I have to do?
You know, what DaVvid said was really hard to hear. I mean, the thought that I could be responsible for stopping what they've always wanted. And Harlow.
Yeah, well, you've really let it down.
Yeah. I guess I just couldn't face up to the fact that I disappointed her. And DaVvid. So I guess I was just, I was trying to convince myself that they'd just all get over it.
Now you know it's not that easy.
Yeah. Yeah, you were right about everything. Now I really need a way to fix this, don't I?
Well, I will try to help you to fix this. But you need to know, it'll probably get worse before it gets better.
Ellie's going through hell, so what do? Push Finn's video diaries on her and make her guilty plea all about how I feel. She doesn't even want my statement anymore.
So does that mean you're not going to write it? Hey, she's stressed, right? And it comes out as anger. When the hearing's all over tomorrow, you guys will work it out.
Well, as much as I stuff things up, at least I'm not related to Paul.
Oh, thanks for that.
But hey, we have finally decided that we are not going to let Paul stop us running our life the way we want, are we?
Good for you guys.
So the meeting he rebooked with the foster care agency?
We're gonna go ahead with it.
Good answer.
And you know what? If he thinks we owe him because of it, well, that's just too bad for him, isn't it?
I still hate how involved he is in everything we do.
Yeah, well, I can't see it getting any better. I mean, he owns half my business. Oh, and he lives across the street.
We haven't told you yet because we've only just decided, but we're gonna buy the house from Mark.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That is such brilliant news, guys. Congrats. It's exciting.
And since we're officially laying down roots here, I'd be happy to buy Paul out if you wanted a new business partner.
Well, no, I can't ask you to do that.
No, you're not asking, I'm offering. And besides, we're family. And that's what family do.
Well, I say yes, 100%.
You have yourself a deal. Cheers.
Cheers. Wait, the only catch is, how do you get Paul to sell to you?
Hey, I quickly got changed when Asta was asleep. Is this okay?
Yeah, and what you're wearing is perfect. How did you sleep?
Yeah, I didn't.
Ali, don't worry. We've got this, okay? All right, I'll just be out there.
I rewrote it anyway. Use it or not, up to you. I hurt you yesterday. And I know I can't take back the things I said. But I also know that you're not guilty. And I hate myself for thinking, even for a second, that you might be. I'm so sorry I let you down. But I will be there in court with you today because I want to show you that I support your decision.
You're right. You did really hurt me. But thank you for the apology. I appreciate it.
Ellie's everything anyone could ask of a friend. And I'm lucky enough to count her as the best friend I've ever had. Finn Kelly harassed Ellie for years. She was left with no option but to do whatever it took to protect herself and her baby. I've never met a more devoted mother, sister, friend. And the strength she had to stand up for herself and her family only shows that she's an asset to the community, not a danger.
You okay?
Yeah, I am now.
Well, it took a few phone calls, but it's sorted.
No questions asked?
Oh, plenty of questions asked, but it was easy in the end. Are you sure this won't backfire?
I'm positive.
I don't know what to say. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. Your granddaughter deserves a lot more than anything the Kennedys have to offer. Good luck in court.
Thanks. But I don't think I'll need it.